Qapla' captains, or should I say Qapla' captains. I am your host, Brent Justice. Welcome to my channel, Just Gaming for Us. And right now, what you see in front of you is a web page. I am going to talk about the game Star Trek Online, specifically news in relation to Star Trek Online. It's been a long time since I've made a news video, and well, we have quite a bit of news to catch up on that has been published lately on the website. This is all about the Klingon stuff that's happening this year. I did make a previous post about covering all this Klingon stuff earlier, an earlier video about all that. Cryptic is calling this the, quote, year of the Klingon, which may actually extend into 2021. But this is a Klingon-focused, I guess you could say, multi-part seasonal update that they're going to roll out. Much like they did with the Discovery stuff, where they released it in parts, they're also going to do this with this Klingon update. So I don't know everything they have planned. That information is yet to come. However, there is some stuff they have now released that we know about that is actually in the game now, I think. This is the recording that I'm doing this on is Tuesday, June 30th. And as of today, there was a big patch update. So I think there is some new stuff in the game now, and I'm going to go in after recording this news update and go check that out and record anything that I find new there. But let's go through this. So this is on StarTrekOnline.com, their news page for Star Trek Online. This is the main page, and you can see the articles that we have to go through here. Cryptic 20th Anniversary Gifts, Star Trek Online House Divided. That's the big news here. The Year of Klingon Part 1. The Plain and Simple Bundle. The Angels Wake Lockbox. Command the Ba'ul Sentry Ship. And become the Red Angel. Those are the topics we're going to hit today. That's the newest stuff that's relevant to gameplay. So I've got the tabs open and ready to go. And by the way, I have not read any of this myself yet. So let's take a look at this. They are calling this Star Trek Online House Divided. I don't know if that's the season name they're going with here, but I feel that it is because they've got a trailer and a launch trailer attached to it. I have not watched this launch trailer. So I'm going to check this out now. I may turn down the volume here so we don't get copyright strike. So this is my first time seeing it. Lots of Klingons. This is very cool. I like this so far. By the way, definitely go check out this video in its, original format, original video on Cryptic's site, but we've got some music there, so I'm going to lower it. But looks like we've got some there are going to be new updates to Klingon models and Klingon stuff. This looks really crisp. Yeah, there's no voiceover here. It's just audio, so. Some ships. Ja'ula, I guess, is going to be a part of this, which is a little disappointing because that's Discovery stuff, and I really don't want that interfering with my prime timeline. Star Trek Online 25th Century stuff, that was interesting, whatever that was. So, okay, and then, yeah, House Divided. Okay. So it's like the Klingon houses are divided. Ja'ula and then whoever is the opposing house or whatever. Okay, so that's interesting. That's an interesting trailer. I like that. It was very crisp. Let's read about this. We've been through the Age of Discovery and celebrated a legendary anniversary, but now it's time to return to 2411 for good, captains. So, okay, I like that they are finally setting us back in the year 2411, and they say for good. For good. Maybe that means no more Discovery stuff. Well, actually, no, that doesn't, because we've got more Discovery stuff to talk about later in this video. Captains, welcome to the Year of Klingon. Welcome to House Divided. In this epic new update for Star Trek Online, a brand new face is joining our story's cast. Robert O'Reilly, who played Chancellor Gowron in Star Trek The Next Generation and Star Trek Deep Space Nine, is joining the cast as Akar, Gowron's ancestor and a loyal servant of the treacherous Ja'ula. Players have already met Akar in The Rise of Discovery, but Robert O'Reilly brings a new dimension and character to the role. Galron was a brilliant, crafty leader, and time will tell if these traits come from his grandfather. Okay, so another voice actor from the franchise in the game. That's never a bad thing. In addition, an old fan favorite returns. J.G. Hertzler is stepping back into the role of Martok, rejoining our cast as our focus turns again to the Klingon Empire. With the incursion of Ja'ula into the modern era, more and more Klingons are listening to her message of a return to traditional ways. What side will Martok choose? The classic Klingon tutorial experience, one of our favorites, has been given a visual overhaul with new environments, new cutscenes, voiceovers, and more. Playing this classic story now feels like a brand new game. In addition, characters like Jempok, Adetkpa, I can't say that, Kagrin, and Worf have been given entirely new models, as have several classic Klingon ships. And there are new hair and face options for male Klingon captains. This is only the beginning of the year of the Klingon, and the classic updates will continue as we move forward. Let's talk about that paragraph for just a minute. I have started a new series of videos where I am going back and playing all of the tutorials in Star Trek Online now that it is summer of 2020, so that we can see what they look like currently in the game. I currently have the Starfleet 2409 faction up on my channel right now. I've got a playthrough tutorial of that. So you're welcome to check that out. I was going to do the KDF Klingon one next. That will be going up this weekend. It sounds like they have now given that tutorial experience a bit of a visual overhaul. So we've got new environments, new cutscenes, voiceovers, and more. So this is right in line with what I was wanting to do here, is to show these new tutorials in 2020 and see what they look like. And this is perfect timing because they just updated the Klingon one. I hope it's updated now. I'm going to actually read the patch notes to make sure before I record it. And if it is, I'll also note it in the video when I do it. But this is perfect. This is exactly what I wanted and needed, was to get the visual overhaul of the tutorial done so that I can record it and see what it looks like. Now, that's going to be an awesome playthrough. So look forward to that video coming. I cannot wait to get into that. All right, let's keep reading. Those seeking the power of time itself can engage in the House Divided event, playing through the brand new TFO, Best Served Cold, 3 new patrols, or the 2 new episodes in the House Divided story to earn themselves a Red Angel suit. So here's how they're bringing in Discovery stuff. This powerful armor allows your character to transform into a flying warrior capable of sending their enemies through time itself. The Angel's Wake lockbox continues the love from Discovery Season 2. The love, yeah. Giving your characters access to the Ba'ul Sentry vessels with one of the most impressive abilities in the game so far. How you play is up to you, but make sure you retain your honor. The year of the Klingon has only just begun. Qapla', Captain. So there you go. Star Trek Online House Divided, and I'm guessing that it's active now. I'm going to check the patch notes to make sure, though, but that's what we can expect. So I'm going to go into the game after I do all this news here and check it out, and I'll make a video of what I find if there's new stuff there. Let's keep reading. We've also got Cryptic 20th anniversary gifts. Greetings, champions, captains, and adventurers. Champions Online, Star Trek Online, and Neverwinter are celebrating Cryptic's 20th anniversary with free in-game items. Let's go down to Star Trek Online. The following items will be available to claim in Mud's Market of the Zen Store under the Bundles tab until July 16th. You're going to get a new title called Kryptonian. You're going to get a Platinum Discovery Era Sniper Rifle, a Platinum Vanity Shield, a Platinum Tardigrade Non-Combat, and a featured TFO reward 3 times. And there's a picture of him. So these are Platinum. I like the look of the weaponry. That's really slick. And then I do wonder what the Vanity Shield will look like. That'll be pretty cool. So I'm going to claim those items when I go into the game here in a minute. And I guess we'll take a look at those because, yeah, that's pretty darn cool. I like that. Okay. Free items is never a bad thing. Okay, now let's talk about the Year of the Klingon Part 1. The year of the Klingon is almost upon us, captains, and the first stage is right around the corner. This actually came out before the news post I just read, so I'm not reading them in chronological order. To help you find and celebrate all of the amazing rebuilt content, we put together a very honorable list of what's changing with tomorrow's patch and where you can find it. First, we aimed our sights at the Klingon tutorial and the Empire mission arc. Okay, so it looks like they have updated the tutorial then in the patch that just happened today. These episodes have new environment art, updated cutscenes, new and updated voiceover recordings, and even some new gameplay. Our designers have taken to the field of battle and produced some missions that we feel are up to the modern standards of Star Trek Online and really make you feel like a Klingon. So there's some new missions here, as well as some updated missions to the mission arc itself. I'm going to look forward to that. Some of our most iconic Klingon characters were long overdue for an update, and our character artists took on that task with gusto. Below you can see the new designs for Worf, Jempok, Kimtar, and Kagran. Okay, let's go to Worf. Yeah, Worf looks good. That looks like a Worf. I like it. And there's Kimtar. Looking good. Jempok, definitely updated. And then Kagran looks good. Yeah, these Klingon designs are pretty darn good looking. I like that. Also have a cutscene thing here. Let's see. Just showing some updated visuals of the Klingons and the lighting. The lighting is very updated too. These cutscenes are really crisp. I mean, not bad for this game. Looks pretty good. Yeah, this looks pretty good. I like the visual updates. That never hurts. We definitely always want to keep seeing that improve. Okay, that was pretty cool. In addition, male Klingon captains will have access to new hair and new face options, which you've seen previously on our Still of Course Saturday updates. Female Klingon captains will see more options in an upcoming update. So there's some new... Whoa, that was loud. Klingon head and hair updates. New preset faces. So that's nice. Yep, those look good. This should make creating a Klingon and playing as a Klingon much more, better. New hair options. The clips through the uniform, though, as I'm seeing here. So they still got some issues. Nothing's perfect, I guess. This hair sits nice, so that one's clipping in. Yeah. It looks good for the most part. This one looks nice, and it flows over the uniform. It's not clipping in. That's a problem they have with the Klingon characters and the long hair like that. Sometimes it clips into the uniform and the body, and then it just doesn't look realistic when it does that. Last but certainly not least, the following ships have been remastered to greater glory. So the Negvar, look at that. Oh, here we can scroll through. The Negvar is looking good. The Vorcha and the Burrell and a D7. Looking very classic there. It's time to grab a glass of blood wine and screw your courage to the sticking place. What? Screw your courage to the sticking place. Sure, captains, as the year of Klingon starts very, very soon. Actually, it started now, so there you go. I just hadn't read that news piece yet. The Plain and Simple Bundle. In the final frontier, your fate depends entirely on who you choose to trust, and there's one man in all the galaxy that you absolutely should and cannot trust. After all, he's just a plain simple tailor. The Plain and Simple Bundle. That's a Typo. The Plain and Simple bundle is coming to the Low-Buy store on PC this week, so it's out now. To celebrate one of our favorite characters, Elam Garrick, from June 30th, which is right now, to July 6th, the bundle will be available for 1,500 Low-Buy. So 1,500 Low-Buy right now. You get the Cardassian Keldon cruiser, Tier 6, which is actually a pretty powerful ship. The Keldons are pretty powerful. A special Elam Garrick holographic bridge officer, 5 gold tech upgrades, and a new title, Plain and Simple. Enjoy, captains, and remember, the truth is usually just an excuse for a lack of imagination. No idea why we're getting this Plain and Simple bundle when we're in the year of the Klingon. Now we have a Cardassian ship, the Keldon, and that. I don't get that, but I guess it's another ship that's available to play, so there you go. And then this stuff. This is the stuff I got a problem with, but we'll talk about that. The Angel's Wake lockbox. Let's see what this is. Meddling in the timeline is prohibited by almost all galactic powers in one way or another, but when values are in conflict, a hierarchy must emerge. The Iconian Wars set that prohibition against life itself, and while records are tightly sealed, temporal disturbances were recorded by independent observers across the quadrant. We have recently learned that this, at least for Starfleet, was not a unique instance. An entity called the Red Angel meddled repeatedly in what has been termed the Prime Timeline. Giving credence to the notion, its primacy refers to its favorable outcome. The Angel's actions were seen as a moral duty. Values held by life mean nothing to cold, dead rock. In this way, have morals and ethics conflicted with, particularly in Star Trek. In this way, have morals and ethics always conflicted with, particularly in Star Trek. That's kind of a weird sentence. In culture's principles must eventually weigh against each other. Brutal decisions creep ever closer. We cannot always find clean ways out, and those moments tilt the true scale of morality. We are unable to discover answers, only outcomes. The Red Angel did what they felt was right, and in their wake we are privileged to pick up the pieces and judge. In doing so, each of us for ourselves. So this is more of a story here. The Low-Buy Consortium understands such things better than most. Ferengi are typically inoculated and the only cost. So this is basically a story there. So this is a lockbox. Okay, let's see what this is here. The Ba'ul Sentry ship. Again, cutting down the audio music because don't want to get those copyrights. So that's the Ba'ul from Star Trek Discovery, Season 2. I believe that's where they showed up. And, yeah, that is one of their sentry ships. I mean, it looks good. It looks cool. Does it fit in 2411 Star Trek Online? No. But it looks cool. That's all I can say, I guess. So it's got some kind of cool ability. Oh, it can tilt upward. Oh, and do some kind of connected ability to other Ba'ul ships. That's pretty impressive, but man, is that going to kill performance in this game. Effects are already kill performance in this game. The game engine just can't handle it. And that's going to add a lot of effects right there. But let's read about it. Captains opening the Angel's Wake lockbox may find themselves fortunate enough to win the Ba'ul Science Intel Spearhead. So it's a science ship. It's an Intel science ship. It is the apex of Ba'ul's ship design. Powerful defensive capabilities ensure it's no pushover for any invaders to the area it guards, and its synchronization with other sentry vessels allows it to transform any contested space into an unyielding place impossible to all its foes. A powerful universal console can be acquired in the Angel's Wake lockbox, the Temporal Anomaly Projector. Activating this console projects a temporal anomaly toward the target. This temporal anomaly will follow the target ship and stop on contact. It will damage and disable the weapons of enemy ships in its area, both while it seeks its target and after it stops. It also provides moderate bonuses to anti-proton, physical, and radiation damage. Finally, it improves shield regeneration. A new starship trait is also available, onboard dilithium recrystallizer. Activating an engineering bridge officer ability adds power to whichever subsystem has the least power for a short duration. Then, for each non-weapon subsystem at maximum power, the ship gains bonus damage for a moderate duration. Only the largest bonus ship damage applies if this triggers more than once. Ooh, that's a lot of stuff. The Angel's Wake lockbox also has new space and ground weapons, including the Ba'ul anti-proton weapon pack. Ba'ul technology uses novel means of manipulating the flow of anti-protons, causing cascading resonance in enemies that can be harnessed to additional effects. These weapons are available as beams and cannons in space, and on the ground as a pistol, 2 kinds of rifle, and heavy assault weapon. The standard anti-proton effect is replaced with Ba'ul refraction, causing each shot fired to chain to an additional nearby target for a bit of extra damage. Rarely, weapon packs contain the Ba'ul Vanity Shield, providing the aesthetics of the Ba'ul Science Intel Spearhead to a ship that equips it in its Vanity Shield slot. I'd like to see the Vanity Shield. You got the Universal Kit module, Ba'ul Obelisk. Deploys a Ba'ul Obelisk. The Obelisk can network together with others deployed by the captain and even their allies. Each captain can deploy up to 3 obelisks, while up to 15 obelisks can contribute damage to the network. The network will only unleash 1 attack at a time, but the damage of the attack will be greater than a similar number of individual obelisks. Captains are advised that very large networks will typically dramatically overkill weaker foes with a single shot, though some, especially those in the KDF, may enjoy the spectacle. I can't even imagine what all that will look like. A Ba'ul drone deploys a Ba'ul drone. The drone is designed to suppress foes, engaging them in the melee and restraining them with shackles that hold them. After being held, a foe is immune to the shackles for a period of time. The drone is more fragile than most, but can easily be replaced. When it's destroyed, most of the remaining recharge time is refunded. And career kit modules, engineering kit, you got shield reinforcement network, deploys a turret that produces allies around it. Allies in the area and who enter after receive temporary health via a protective shield bubble. And then you got a science kit module, temporal anomaly containment, deploys a turret that tractors targeted foes toward itself and taunts it. If the foe dies during the effect, the turret will select a new target on its own. I don't know how that has to deal with temporal stuff, but okay. Tactical EMP bombardment. Bombard target areas with EMP charges from orbit, devastating machine and incorporeal foes, and disabling the mechanical abilities of all foes in the area of the blasts. Accordingly, new bridge officer training manuals can also be found in the Angel's Wake lockbox, fit for lieutenant through commander rank. They represent the 1, 2, and 3 version of the above career-specific kit modules. Okay, and then new captain traits are also available. Ground, you have Tenavic's Council, anti-proton, and damage over time kit modules and weapons. Apply an additional anti-proton damage over time to your foe. Grounds is super saturated Katra stones. Chance when damage to target the attacker with an area of effect psionic attack. You got intelligence attack attaché space weapon critical strikes restore a small amount of captain ability recharge time, and space fragment of AI tech improves control expertise, improves energy weapon damage based on control expertise. That must be what the Vanity Shield makes it look like. That's a very cool look, I've got to say. I love that metallic look. There are many other prizes within the lockbox for players to acquire, such as the Vanity Shield, R&D packs, boost, and other items. The Low-Buy store also has new items available for purchase. Ba'ul Linked Sentry Space Set. So this is a whole space set. We're getting Ba'ul Linked Sentry Coordination Matrix. This console improves anti-proton damage and hull capacity, as well as periodically clearing control debuffs from the ship. You've got the Ba'ul Linked Sentry Anti-Proton Kinetic Torpedo. The Ba'ul Anti-Proton Torpedo deals heavy kinetic damage to the target enemy, unlike other anti-proton torpedoes. Like Ba'ul energy weapons, it causes an anti-proton cascade to a second ship for additional damage. You've got Ba'ul Linked Sentry Anti-Proton Omni. The Ba'ul Linked Sentry Anti-Proton Omni is integrated directly within the ship's structural integrity field, allowing it to sink heat across the entire hull. It fires more rapidly than a normal Omni beam array. For the two-piece set bonus, you get Oppressive Balance. All Ba'ul anti-proton weapons chain an additional time. Other anti-proton weapons gain Ba'ul Refraction. Ba'ul Refraction gains significant bonus damage. And then the three-piece bonus to having all that. Remove all debuffs from your ship, gain massive control resistance, and bonus anti-proton damage for a moderate duration. So it sounds like this Ba'ul set is definitely all anti-proton energy-based. Be good for an anti-proton build. So this is a lockbox, and so of course that means you gotta, acquire the all the stuff to get to open the lockbox and everything, the keys and all that, and hopefully get those prizes. The ultimate prize is the ship, but it's a gamble, right? The whole lockbox system is a gamble, so you're not guaranteed to get it. But it sounds like it's a complete Ba'ul thing. Now, the question for me is, does that make sense in 2411 Star Trek Online? 25th century prime timeline. This stuff is old and dated. It shouldn't be in this time period anymore. Although it does sound powerful. More powerful than it should be, maybe. Does it fit? It is it's just more discovery content, right? It's just more discovery content. It's their way to get people to buy into discovery content. And I'm not sure that fits with this whole Klingon, year of the Klingon that they're doing right now. Doesn't fit with the Klingon storyline. So I don't see why now, What does this have to do with the Klingons? Nothing. So that's my problem with it. Command the Ba'ul Sentry ship. Basically, we just read about this. So this is the ship here. This is what it looks like. Let's see what this does for us. Just another same video. Okay, same video. So this is the spearhead. I mean, I will say this. I like the looks of it. It's very alien. It's very epic alien. Epic sci-fi alien. Something you might see in like an epic sci-fi movie. So I like the design of it. I like the look of it. I got nothing wrong with that. I think it's great sci-fi. I'm just not sure it fits in this century of Star Trek. But I don't know. The Ba'ul Sentry vessel is a ship dedicated to protecting its chosen territory against unwanted incursions, be that space, near home, or far, far away. It features powerful survivability and has enhanced networking capabilities with other Sentry vessels to ensure any contested point is quickly resolved in its favor. Additionally, its mastery of the spatial fields around it ensure that it can quite literally transform its chosen area into one through which none shall pass. So this has a Commander Science / Intelligence Specialist Bridge Officer seat and a Lieutenant Engineering / Command Specialist Bridge Officer seat. So this is true a science vessel, a science intel vessel. Tier 6, of course, any faction, complete the tutorial, hull modifier 1.35. It's got a very large shield modifier that's indicative of science ships. 4 forward weapons and 3 aft. Actually, not bad on the forward weapons. A lot of science ships only have 3 forward weapons. This has 4, so that's nice. 3 device slots. We've got, I just said the bridge officer seating. Console modifications is 4 tactical, 2 engineering, 5 science. Pretty much more heavier on the tactical than I thought it would be, but very light on the engineering. Very light. Base turn rate of 7, impulse modifier 0.17, inertia 50, plus 5 to weapon power, and 15 to auxiliary. Definitely a science ship. Sensor analysis, subsystem targeting, gather intelligence, sensor masking, secondary deflector slot. So it does have 2 deflectors. So yeah, very, very science. And it can equip cannons, dual cannons. It's got the Sentry mode. It's got the Starship Mastery package for Science Vessel, which is improved exotic damage, shield hit points, healing, shield regen, hardness, and Starship trait called Intruder Discouragement. So in the console, we read about that just a second ago, so I won't go over that. We'll go over the Starship trait again. While this trait is slotted, your critical hits grant a stacking buff to damage resistance and hull regeneration. Additionally, when you enter combat, you gain a significant boost to critical hit chance that wears off over a few seconds. This can only happen once per several seconds. So that's the Starship trait you get unlocking it. Again, all part of the lockbox, so, you know, good luck. Power to you in trying to get this, because it's a gamble, and people waste a lot of money sometimes trying to get these things. I know I have. I once opened 400 lockboxes and got nothing of significance. Absolutely nothing. Become the Red Angel. So this is the other thing I have a problem with. We're getting the Red Angel suit in Star Trek Online. Yeah, the Red Angel suit. Kind of makes a person up. OP. As part of our upcoming content release from June 30th to July 30th, so that's 1 month, PC captains playing Star Trek Online will have access to a special event. We want to give you the details now to prepare, but the name of this event might be a bit of a spoiler, so we'll have to hold that back. This new event will provide participating captains with an epic reward, the Red Angel suit. Participating in this event grants daily progress toward the grand prize, the Red Angel suit. Obtaining the Red Angel suit requires 40 daily progress, and captains can earn 2 daily progress per day by playing any of the following content. 2 brand new episodes, so I think those might be out now. I'm going to check. New Task Force Operation, Best Served Cold. We haven't talked about that yet, but we're about to. And then 3 new patrols. Clash Above Saron, Strike at Cedia, and Trouble Over Terror. So those are 3 new patrols. So I got some new content here to play. That's going to be quite nice. And I will do that, by the way. Once the player has obtained 40 daily progress in their account, they can claim the Red Angel suit. After that, the event will still be playable, granting scaling dilithium rewards, blah, blah, blah. Captains will also have the option to purchase their remaining progress in the event with Zen. So you can just buy this out if you want to. In Star Trek Discovery, the Red Angel suit was a powerful device capable of traveling through time by thousands of years. Now, Khitomer Alliance scientists, with the help of the Excalibur construct Michael Burnham, yeah, I forgot she's alive. Also another thing I don't like, have managed to recreate some of their functionality of the original suit to outfit their officers. The time crystals necessary to travel far through time weren't possible to recreate, but the suit itself was. Powerful and versatile, it functions as a standard combat armor until its special properties are needed. These properties, referred to as Red Angel mode, can only be used for a short while before the systems must recharge. Let's look at it. So it's got some kind of effect there. If the wearer would ever be defeated while in Red Angel suit is equipped, the Red Angel visits them from the future of their timeline, reviving them and releasing a shockwave blast, knocking nearby enemies down and damaging them. This effect has a separate internal recharge time. And then you got Red Angel mode. Yep, transform into the Red Angel. Oops, I did not mean to click that. The power of the suit goes beyond saving yourself from certain death. However, by activating Red Angel mode, you will be able to engage the suit's full power, trading your action bar for the abilities granted by the suit itself and transforming into the Red Angel. And then Red Angel suit attacks. So some kind of a hand attack there. When the wearer engages the suit, a number of things happen at once. First, a blast of energy knocks back, disables, and damages nearby enemies. Second, their appearance temporarily becomes that of the Red Angel. Third, they trade their normal weapon active abilities for a new set of abilities. Fourth, they receive large bonuses to speed damage and damage resistance. And then you've got Red Angel suit Temporal Shockwave. The Red Angel can activate a Temporal Shockwave against a target foe. This deals heavy damage to the target and nearby foes, and shunts them forward in time several seconds, removing them from the battlefield entirely until they arrive in the future. Here's my question is, how does it have all this time ability if we haven't recreated the time crystals? The suit itself should not have any kind of time properties, because we don't have the time crystals. So how is that happening? The suit can also discharge its internal power supply for an area of effect EMP. Though smaller than the one seen on Kaminar, this EMP still disables all mechanical abilities of nearby foes, as well as dealing heavy electrical damage to mechanical and incorporeal entities. Okay. Large hyposprays and shield recharge devices are integrated with the suit and may be used without consuming a device. This has a modest recharge. This is a special event for our content drop. It is not part of the event campaign 2. You'll be able to try out all of this new content in a little less than a week, or now, I guess. So there you go, the Red Angel suit by completing the special stuff. And that special stuff would be 2 brand new episodes, do task force operation, and 3 patrols. Of course, you'll only have a daily max you can get, of course. And I guess you have a month to do it. Okay, let's read about this news. TFO, best served cold. Actually, there's not a whole lot of info here. There's a story. I'm not going to read it. I actually already read this story. That's fine. The Klingon Defense Force and the Alliance call upon all captains to lend aid in repelling Akar's attack on Rurapente. Only together can this assault be halted in its tracks. Join the task force operations called upon us. So there's some problems at Rurapente, but guess what? Jaula is involved. So another 2411 storyline that involves Discovery era characters. That's what I don't like. So that's what you can expect. I did want to, reading all this now, I do want to check out the patch notes that just came out today. Was it? I guess these are the patch notes for today. So let's see if they did release all this stuff. So there is, the event. This featured event will be standalone event separate from the event campaign. This new event will provide participating captains with an epic reward, the Red Angel suit. So the special event now is in the game as of today. Captains can earn 2 daily progress per day, 2 brand new episodes, new task force operation, best served cold, 3 new patrols. Okay. As in previous events, all content can be accessed via new event UI. You've got all the rewards. You can buy it out if you want. Okay, so that's in the game then. This event for getting the Red Angel suit is now in the game as of the recording of this video. Well, that's awesome. I'm going to have to go in and play it, obviously. Klingon Revamp Part 1. It looks like this is now in the game too. Episodes in the Klingon tutorial and Empire arc in the mission journal for the Klingon Defense Force have been revamped to bring the quality more up to par with recent content. This includes new environment art, updated cutscenes and VO recordings, and some new gameplay. Okay, so that updated tutorial, Klingon tutorial, is live now. That means I can go ahead and record my new playthrough of the tutorial, and it will be extremely relevant. So stay tuned, guys. I'm going to do that. Many Klingon characters have been updated with new art. Male Klingon captains will have access to new hair and face options. So all this is in the game. The episodes House Pursued and House on Fire have been removed, along with the journal arc Vigilance, which they were placed in. The following Klingon, are they going to put them back in, or are they just going to leave them out? That's a little disturbing. So right there, they have removed 2 missions and an entire arc called Vigilance. But what? So are they going to replace it, or are they just going to always leave it out now? I hate it when they remove missions. I like it when they add new missions. I dislike it when they remove missions. That just takes content away from the gamer. And this game, well, it can have some good content. Why remove it? The following Klingon starships have been totally remastered. The Burrell, Bird of Prey, the D7, the Katinga, the Vorcha, and the Negvar. And then the fixes for this patch. So that's great, and if you're concerned about the console, here is what is on the console with this patch. I'm not going to go through it all. I play on the PC, but if you want to pause the video and read what is new here in the patch notes, here you go. That is for you all on the console. You can again pause and just read all the improvements and stuff on the console. All right, so I guess that stuff is in the game then. We've got the Red Angel event, we'll call it, where we can get the Red Angel suit. We've got the new TFO. I guess that's in the game now. We've got two new missions and 3 new patrols. That's some interesting stuff. I actually am interested in playing all that. So here's the deal, guys. I'm going to play all that. The House Divided, Star Trek Online. I am going to go into the game, and what I'll do is I'll make like an intro video first, where I just give you a tour and show you where everything is and what's new, show you how to access all those things, take a look at the low-buy store, maybe even take a look at character customization on the Klingon side and see some of those new facial and hair updates they've done and stuff. I'll make a video for like just that, a separate video. Then I'll make separate videos for each playthrough. I'll do a playthrough of the TFO for the first time. I will do a playthrough of the 2 new missions. I will do a playthrough of the 3 new patrols, each one a video. And I am going to do my tutorial of the Klingon faction tutorial, the KDF tutorial for the whole game, now that it's been updated. So expect that tutorial video on Saturday, just like my last one was. I had the Starfleet 2409 faction last Saturday. Expect the KDF faction this Saturday. And then around all that, I will have all the new stuff coming as well. That's a lot to record, and it's a lot for me to do, but I am going to cover it. I told you that I am going all in on making sure we cover the new Klingon stuff this year. So I'm going to record all of it. Just give me the time, please, to work through all of it and do a video on each thing. So there you go. That's what's coming on my channel here for this month. We're still continuing the Omega playthrough. I'm going to have that finished by the end of July. I'm going to have, again, each faction's tutorial played by the end of July. I am also going to do now this Klingon content and have all that covered here in July as well. And haven't heard anything about the summer event yet, so no idea when the Ryza summer event starts. So we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But if you want to see all this on my channel, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon for new updates on videos that are coming so you don't miss them when I publish them, because I don't have a set date on some of these things. I'll just publish them when I get them done. So you want that notification. And also give the video a like. If you do like this video, it does help the algorithm, and I am really trying to build my channel up, and that would really help, and I just really appreciate it if you do that. So thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for the next one. Check out Twitter at Brent_Justice for updates. You can follow me there. Also, check out my Patreon page, patreon.com/Brent Justice. This helps support the channel and also allows me to publish more and more videos.